Some buildings look impossible because they seem to have forgotten every rule that kept architecture still for centuries. They bend where towers usually stand straight. They open holes through their bodies. They ripple like fabric, yet hold thousands of tons. From a distance, they look like computer dreams. Up close, they are steel, glass, concrete, bolts, welds, and decisions. This is the strange frontier of parametric architecture, a world where geometry is not drawn once, but calculated again and again. And the mystery is simple. How did shapes that once belonged only inside screens become places we can enter? For most of history, buildings carried their weight through clear rules: walls, columns, arches, beams, and repetition. Even the most daring monuments obeyed a visible rhythm. You could often read the structure just by looking at it. But the buildings in this story hide their logic beneath surfaces that seem fluid, broken, twisted, or weightless. They are not built against gravity. They are built through a deeper negotiation with it. Their secret is not one invention. It is a chain of inventions working together: software, engineering, fabrication, and risk. Before these forms reached the skyline, architects needed a new way to control complexity without losing intention. Parametric design changed the question from what shape do we draw to what rules create the shape. A curve could respond to sunlight. A facade could respond to structure. A roof could respond to movement below. Every point in the building could become part of a living equation. But calculation alone does not build anything. Someone still has to make the impossible touch the ground. One of the clearest symbols of this shift rises in Baku, where a cultural center seems to unfold from the earth itself. The Heydar Aliyev Center was designed to break from the rigid monumental language that had long shaped parts of the city. Instead of a building that sits on a platform, it appears as a surface that becomes roof, wall, ramp, and horizon. Its power is not height. Its power is continuity. From one angle, it resembles a wave. From another, a shell. From another, something not quite named yet. To make a surface like this real, the design could not remain a simple drawing. It had to become a controlled system. Every seam mattered. Every panel had to meet the next without destroying the illusion of one continuous movement. The result is a building that feels less assembled than poured, as if the city briefly became liquid. That is the first illusion of rendered architecture: seamlessness. In Dubai, the illusion becomes stranger. The Museum of the Future stands like a ring that refuses to close into ordinary form. Its shape is a torus, a solid loop around an empty center, a monument built as much from absence as from material. The polished skin is not decoration alone. It is a vast puzzle of panels, structure, and light. The void in the middle turns the building into a question: what does the future look like when the center is unknown? Here, architecture becomes a symbol before the visitor even reaches the door. But the greater challenge is hidden inside the elegance. Every curve demands structure, and every structure demands compromise. The more complex the surface, the more the building depends on invisible coordination between designers, engineers, and fabricators. What looks effortless from the street may be the result of thousands of controlled differences. The render becomes real only when repetition gives way to variation. Across the city, the Opus takes a different approach. It begins as a cube, then seems to have been carved open by light. Its drama comes from subtraction. The missing space is the monument. Architecture usually asks what must be added. Here, the eye is pulled toward what has been removed. Solid and empty, exterior and interior, opaque and transparent begin to argue with each other. That tension is what makes the building unforgettable. Then there is Morpheus in Macau, a tower where the structure itself climbs outside the building like a living skeleton. Instead of hiding the frame behind walls, the building pushes its support outward, turning engineering into the face of the monument. The voids are not accidents. They carve views, light, and identity into a structure that could otherwise have been another tower. Here, the building does not simply wear a facade. It wears its structural risk. To stand inside it is to feel the argument between elegance and force. In Mississauga, the absolute world towers made the familiar high-rise suddenly feel unstable, almost alive. Their floors rotate as they rise, creating a body-like motion that changes with every step around them. The tower does not only reach upward, it turns, and that turn gives it memory, gesture, and tension. This is the second illusion of rendered architecture, movement without motion. In Beijing, Galaxy SOHO transforms the city block into a system of flowing volumes, bridges, and continuous interior canyons. Corners disappear, edges soften. The building becomes less like an object and more like a landscape of circulation. Visitors do not simply enter rooms. They move through a continuous sequence of folds, voids, and bridges. It is a reminder that parametric design is not only about spectacle. It can reorganize movement itself. Farther north, Harbin Opera House seems to rise from wetlands shaped by wind, water, and cold. Its curves do not fight the landscape. They appear carved by the same forces that shape the riverbanks around it. The building becomes a hill, a shell, a snowdrift, a vessel for sound hidden in the landscape. Inside, the drama changes from landscape to acoustics, from exterior silence to shaped resonance. The impossible surface becomes an instrument. At Beijing Daxing International Airport, the impossible is not a single curve. It is the scale of coordination itself. The terminal gathers movement into a compact radial plan, designed to connect enormous flows of people through one vast architectural body. Its columns rise like structural trees, carrying a roof that feels continuous despite the scale beneath it. Here, parametric thinking becomes logistics, geometry serving movement, distance, light, and orientation. A building can look impossible and still be brutally practical. These buildings belong to different cities, climates, and purposes, yet they share one hidden transformation. They reveal a shift from architecture as repeated elements to architecture as controlled uniqueness. In older construction, repetition made buildings efficient. In this world, difference can be designed, numbered, and fabricated. The facade becomes a database. The roof becomes a surface model. The structure becomes a negotiation with a digital ghost. That is why these buildings feel both ancient and alien. Like ancient monuments, they require belief before they require completion. Belief from clients, engineers, builders, and cities. Someone had to approve the first cost estimate. Someone had to trust the model. Someone had to fabricate the first impossible part. Behind every seamless curve are arguments over tolerances, budgets, deadlines, weather, cranes, and fear. The public sees the final monument. The builders remember the uncertainty hidden inside it. There is also a danger in this architecture. When form becomes too seductive, it can hide cost, context, and consequence. Not every curve is meaningful. Not every complex shape is necessary. Not every icon belongs where it lands. The strongest works are not impressive because they are difficult. They are impressive because difficulty serves an idea. The question is not, can we build the impossible? The question is, why should we? That question returns us to the oldest purpose of monumental architecture, to make a society visible to itself. Temples once translated belief into stone. Cathedrals translated heaven into height. Palaces translated power into symmetry. Today, these buildings translate another belief, that the future should appear before it fully arrives. They are monuments to anticipation. And yet, time will treat them like every monument before them. It will test their materials, their meanings, and their promises. The render is perfect. The building is not. That imperfection is where history begins. One day, these icons may feel less like the future and more like the moment when the future changed shape. They may become the ruins by which another generation understands our ambition. For now, they stand at the edge of belief, too real to dismiss, too strange to feel ordinary. They remind us that architecture has always been a contest between what a civilization imagines and what its hands can bear. The screen did not replace the monument. It gave the monument a new language. And when that language reaches steel, glass, and concrete, the city begins to look impossible from every angle.